So the question is, can you get out of an annuity once you buy it? I mean, is there a provision for you to reverse the mistake that you think you might have made? Good question. And I'm going to explain today the free look time periods for annuities that is regulated by the states. By the way, my name is Stan the Annuity Man. I'm America's annuity agent and dressed in all kinds of Stan the Annuity Man swag, but we're going to go over the details of the free look provision, is what it's called in the business, and how it can benefit you after this really neat punk rock interlude. Okay, so being Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, I get hundreds of emails a day and tons of calls from people, which I encourage you to do as well. I love that. I love interacting with all of you out there and trying to help America make the right decision when it comes to annuities. The call I got last week was a typical call and somewhat disturbing. The person had gone to the Bad Chicken Dinner seminar, ate the meal, saw the presentation and bought the annuity and was having some buyer's remorse. So he called and said, is there a way to get out of the annuity that I just purchased? Well, the first thing I asked is, when did you buy it? And he had bought it maybe 7 to 10 days ago. Now the question is, where does he live? And it kind of dovetails to what we're going to talk about, which is the free look provision and how the states run it. Fortunately for him, he lived in a state where he could get his money back without questions. The great part about the free look provision with annuities is you don't have to provide a reason, an explanation. You don't have to document anything. If you're within the free look time period within your state, and you have a policy that you don't want and you want all of your money back without question, 100% refund, all you have to do is call the carrier, not the agent. Call the carrier that issued the policy and they will send you your check without question, without hesitation, without hassle, without anything. And let me tell you this, the annuity industry takes a bad rap, and a lot of the bad rap has been well earned, because it's kind of a wild, wild west from a sales environment standpoint. I do not blame the carriers. It is hard to oversee an army of agents and what they say every day. In fact, it's impossible. So you really can't blame the carriers. They do as good a job as they can with doing that. My argument is they could maybe do a little bit better with some of the TV and radio ad stuff that you see. But the annuity industry has one thing that nobody else has in the financial business, is the free look time period. It's the only financial product that you can get your money back after the product is enforced and been issued. Try to do that with stocks or bonds or mutual funds or ETFs. You can't. Now I know logistically that's crazy, but think about it. You can buy an annuity, you can get the policy delivered to you, and you can get your money back if needed. The other thing too is if the agent who sold it to you is kind of a scoundrel and they used high pressure sales tactics or lied to get the sale, which I hope didn't happen, but let's just say it did, that commission that they earned, they have to pay that back to the carrier. So you might want to keep that in the back of your head. That's an old gotcha, because you don't have to deal with the agent. If you want to free look the policy, you can free look it, call the carrier, call that company, they'll send your money back, and then the carrier will call that agent and say, oh, by the way, send us that commission back. Okay, Stan the Annuity Man, you've talked about this free look time period. It sounds pretty good to me, nod your head, right? It is good. Actually, I'm very proud of the industry for standing behind the free look time period. I think it's great. Now, you do have to understand this. With fixed annuities, fixed index annuities, single premium immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, multi-year guarantee annuities, qualified longevity annuity contracts. I know, I just riffed that. How about that? All of those are regulated at the state level, because fixed annuities are regulated at the state level. So every state has a different free look time period. So the question begs, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, where do I find that info? I'm getting ready to tell you. Bang, right there. www, you got that right? It's the internet. NOLHGA.com. Nancy, Oscar, Larry, Harry, Gary, Apple. NOLHGA.com. I'll get out of the way so you can write that down. Write it down. You got it? Okay. When you go to NOLHGA.com, that's I think it's National Organization of Life and Health Guarantee Associations. How about that? Bam. That's what that is, but on that site, they'll have a drop down that shows every single state. Pick your state of residence. Once you click that, it'll take you to a website, and then under that you'll see FAQs, which stands for frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions, and then you'll see the state guarantee for your state, whether it's 10 days or 20 days or 30 days. Now, important to understand this, the clock starts ticking on a free look on the state guarantee fund, on a free look when you receive the policy. So when you go to the FAQs, you'll see, the state guarantee fund and how much it covers per policy, and then you'll also see what the free look time period is. It's probably a combo of those answers, okay? But the clock starts ticking when you receive the policy. If that's a Saturday, it starts clicking on a Saturday. It's not like weekdays, so understand that. So you can't dilly around. I like the word dilly. You can't dilly around. You've got to say, hey, I either don't feel comfortable, and I always tell people, listen to your gut feel on this, okay? If it doesn't feel right, if what you were told doesn't feel right, you might want to call the carrier and verify what you understand the product to do, okay? And if you don't hear what you were sold during the sales pitch, then get your money back. It's really, really that simple. Now, with immediate annuities and things like that, and free look time period, once you receive a payment, it's game over. You're going to receive those payments. You're locked and loaded. But you can get your money back even with an immediate annuity before those payments hit within that free look time period on your state. I'll close with this before I tell you about how to get my book, so you need to hang in there. But this is something you need to understand. There's only one level of protection that annuity consumers like you out there have when it comes to annuities and when you're being pitched that too good to be true product. Write down exactly what that agent and advisor tells you to the penny. I mean, write it down. Exactly how you understand it, exactly how it was pitched, exactly how they explained it was going to work. Write it down in detail, the most details you can. Sign and date it at the bottom, and then have the agent that pitched that to you sign and date it as well. Now, what we're finding when we tell people to do that is the majority of the time the agent will not sign and date that. They'll have to clarify some points, which is great, but it also is a little bit of a red flag, and you might want to ask yourself, why am I dealing with this person that didn't give me all the info up front? But the good news is we're finding out is when people do that, in a lot of cases, it's exactly what's going to happen in the policy. Agent signs and dates it, and you're in good shape. But that's the only real protection the consumer out there has with annuities. Hey, we're here. I know, green and gray, I know, my color schemes are off. By the way, I did another video on what's the best type of annuity to buy, which is kind of a teaser because there is no such thing, but I go through all types, and I fully explain how every single type works and which one might work for you. You might listen to it and say, hey, none of them work. That's fine too, but that's a good video to watch. And by the way, talking about videos, I do these every single day, Monday through Friday. So please subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And finally, you can go to theannuityman.com to get any quotes or interact with us. Try to catch me on the phone, which is tough, but if you do, I answer my own phone, so you never know. So you can talk to Stan, the Annuity Man himself, and tell me about your specific situation, or one of my very informative dudes and dudettes that work for me. They're very good as well, and we will help you with all of the quotes and information you need. Speaking of information, go to my site, theannuityman.com, to get the books. I'll send them all to you. They're very simple, easy to read, owner's manuals on all types of annuities. I'll send them in this gold foil mailer. No cost or obligation. My job as America's annuity agent and the #1 annuity agent on the planet, yes, I do sell them, but only if they are appropriate and suitable for your specific situation. We are licensed in all 50 states, so connect with us if needed. If not, I'll see you on the next video.